Good morning, students. Let us study chapter first of class 12th English literature, which is prosecution. In the previous video, I have explained some part of chapter first, and the remaining portion I am going to explain here in this video. So please pay attention in the words and explanation what I am going to explain. Here, the author says that he was surrounded by the refugee children, and he purchased some things from the refugee children, and his arms were full, and he had no place to purchase more things. But now let us see. My arms were full. My is the author. The author's arms were full. I had no room, let alone any need for another basket. I had no room, it means मेरे पास जगह नहीं थी. Let alone any need, आवश्यकता की तो बात ही नहीं. For another basket, दूसरी टोकरी की, यानी दूसरी टोकरी की तो बात अलग है, आवश्यकता की बात अलग है. उसको परचेस करने के लिए उसके पास जगह नहीं थी. उसके आर्म्स, उसके हैंड्स वो सब भर चुके थे. एंड ही हैड नो रूम टू टेक अदर बास्केट. बैलेंसिंग माई baskets and fans on my left arm, I reached into my right coat pocket and got a handful of change, perhaps 15 cents in all. Balancing my basket. Balancing means संतुलन बनाते हुए my basket, अपनी टोकरियों की. So balancing his baskets and fans, what he had in his hand, anyhow he put his right hand into coat pocket, and tried to took out some changes, some coins, and what he took out, that were perhaps 15 cents in all. And he took out 15 cents from the pocket, which he deposited in the basket, that the young girl held imploringly before me. And he put those coins in the basket of the girl, who was requesting and standing before the author. I tried to explain that I could not buy the basket, but extended the gratuity as a substitute. Here the author says that he tried to tell the girl that he did not want to purchase basket, and in place of it he extended some money, some coins as a donation, as an optional. That substitute means option, and gratuity means donation. So the author tried to give some coins to the girl as a donation, as a charity. I realized at once what offense I had given. The author felt soon that he had made some mistakes. Offense means some mistake, had done some wrong thing. So when he gave the coins to the girl, he realized that he had made some mistakes and errors. This child of 9, dressed in rags and on the edge of starvation, raised her chin, reached into the basket, and with all the pride and graciousness of a lady, handed the money back to me. Here the author says that this child means the child of 9-year girl, dressed in rags, who wore very torn clothes, dirty clothes, and who was hungry. On the edge of starvation means who was very hungry or suffering from hunger. Raised her chin, she raised her head and reached into the basket and put her hand into the basket, and with all the pride, and she did all with a pride and graciousness, with attraction of a lady. Being a lady, like a lady, she put her hand into the basket and handed the money back to the author, and she gave that money to the author. It means she returned the money to the author. There was only one thing I could do. Now the author think that he had only one thing to do. If he did not like to purchase the basket of the girl, then he had only one thing to do then, and that was that I bought the basket. And he thought that if the girl did not accept the money as a charity, then he had to purchase the basket. He had to purchase the basket. She wiped her eyes. The girl wiped her eyes, smiled, and dashed down the platform. She wiped her eyes. Wiped her eyes means आंसुओं को पोंछना. Removed her tears. Removed her tears, and she smiled and went down the platform, which was just before the grass field, and headed for some grass hut that would have at least 30 cents that night. And in this way she went out of the platform and ran towards the grass hut, and that at least would have earned 30 cents that night. So here the author says that, again I tell you in Hindi, that वह उस लड़की ने अपने आंसुओं को पोंछा, मुस्कुराई और प्लेटफॉर्म से उतरकर उस घास में बनी हुई झोपड़ियों की तरफ चल पड़ी, जिन झोपड़ियों में उस रात कम से कम 30 सिक्के आए होंगे. अर्थात उन झोपड़ियों में रहने वाले लोगों ने उस रात कम से कम 30 सिक्के कमाए थे. आई टोल्ड दिस स्टोरी टू प्राइम मिनिस्टर पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू. मैंने इस कहानी को पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू जी को बताया. आई टोल्ड हिम इट वॉज वन रीजन आई हैड फॉलन इन लव विद इंडिया. ही टोल्ड द स्टोरी about these refugee children because he had fallen in love with India, because he was impressed with the culture and the heritage of India. The people I saw in those in a villages as well as those in high office have both pride and a lively sense of decency and citizenship. Here author also felt that the people he had seen in the villages as well as in the high offices, they have both pride and lively decency, a living sociality and good citizenship. It means the author was impressed with the citizen of India because they have the sense of sociality, and with that sense he was impressed with the people of India. They also have a passion for independence. They also have a passion for independence. It means they were desirous to have independence. It means the people of India like to be free. This beautiful child, born in squalor, in poverty, uneducated in both grammar and manner, had given me a glimpse of warm soul of India. Here the author says that this beautiful child, that beautiful 9-year-old child girl who was born in poor condition and poverty and who was uneducated both in grammar and manner, she also impressed the author and she also gave a glimpse of warm soul of India. In this way, the author was impressed with the refugee children and Indian, and he told this story to Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, and Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru also appreciated the author. Now, the students, I hope you have understood the explanation. Now, let us go to the explanation of this chapter. So, the first explanation of this chapter is first of all, we see the question: explain the following passages with reference to the context. So you have to explain the given comprehension with reference and context. First one is the platforms to spoke English. So let us first of all read the passage from here. The platforms were packed with people, Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, soldiers, merchants, priests, porters, beggars, hawkers. Almost everyone was barefoot and dressed in a loose white garment. I would ask at least 3 people before I could find one who spoke English. From this here to here, this is comprehension portion, and before writing explanation of the passage, we should read the comprehension at least twice, thrice, and we should find out the meaning of hard words. We should try to understand what the passage explains, and then we should write its explanation in our own language, our words. So let us, students, see how you will write the reference of this passage. So let us see. Reference is here. Platforms were who spoke English. Reference. Students, remember, reference is very easy to write. If you try to understand very carefully, you will be able to write it very neat and clean and very easily. These lines have been taken from the lesson A Girl with a Basket, written by W.C. Douglas. So, reference is the same in every lesson. Only the name of the lesson and the name of the author is changed. Other way of writing is the same. These lines have been taken from the lesson. So you have seen these are the lines. Here I once again tell you, the platforms were packed with people, Sikhs, Muslims, So these are the lines which have been given by the author here. So you must write in this way: these lines have been taken from the lesson A Girl with a Basket, written by William C. Douglas. Suppose if we want to write the reference of any other chapter, then we will write here: these lines have been taken from the lesson, here the chapter's name, written by, here the author's name. You will write in this way for any chapter, to write the reference of any chapter. So I hope students you would have understood that how you will write the reference of the chapter. Now let us come to the context of this passage. So before writing context, we will go through the passage. As I have told you, before writing explanation and context, we should read the passage very carefully twice or thrice, so that we could understand its meaning, what the word says. Now, so we will write the reference context in this way. William C. Douglas, we all know that William C. Douglas was a judge of Supreme Court, and he was going to he belonged to USA, and he visited India in 1950. He was a judge of Supreme Court of the USA. USA is United States of America. So he was a judge of Supreme Court, and he visited India in 1950. He went from Delhi to Bareilly by train. As I have told you that where he was going to Ranikhet, and he was going from Delhi to Bareilly and then by car to Ranikhet. So you will add there, he went from Delhi to Bareilly by train, and on his way to Ranikhet, he was traveling by a passenger train, because it was the train which stopped at every station, at every stop, and the author got down at every stop and station, and he looked people at the station. He looked many things, monkeys and other things at the stations. So his routine of visiting at the stations while stopping the train, it was his routine. He saw people of different religion at the stations. This also I have told you, as in the passage it is written. He saw people of different religions. He saw merchants, priests, porters, beggars, and many other trade workers at the stations. So you will write the context of this passage in this way. Now let us see how we will write the explanation of the chapter. So I tell you from the passage that how you will write the explanation. So here in this line, the author explains that when he was traveling to Ranikhet via Bareilly, he got off at every station. There he met with the people of different religions like Sikhs, Muslims, Hindus, soldiers, merchants, priests, porters, beggars, hawkers, etc. Almost, and there he saw everyone barefoot, and the people at the stations were dressed in very loose garments. He saw people in very simple dresses, and in order to know the happenings of the day, and in order to know the feelings of the people towards the nation, towards their country, towards the people, towards the politicians, he would ask at least 3 people so that he could find a man who could speak English, who could converse, converse his ideas in English. So, in order to talk in English, the author had to discuss at least 3 people to find out such man who could speak English. So, in this way, students, you will write the explanation of this passage, and I will give the next explanation to do as a homework. The second one is we would to reports. We would to reports, and third one is monkeys to drab walls, and fourth one is at one station to desire. So these all the explanations 2, 3, 4, 5 even. If you have to do by your own, and if you have any problem, then you can discuss me later on. Thank you, students. Try to do